All right, these are instructions for getting your Reset Zebra handheld back online. You should find yourself on this welcome screen. The first thing you want to do is tap the yellow arrow button. That will take you to a screen that will ask you if you want to log into Wi-Fi. If you're at home and you know your Wi-Fi network, go ahead and log in now. You can tap on it, type in the information, and click on Connect. I'm going to skip that right now. I'm hitting the back button, and then I'm hitting Cancel because I'm going to use cellular data. If you hit skip, it says, warning, you're going to use cellular data. That's fine. Skip anyway is what you want to hit. Then it says, if you have another Android device, you can quickly copy your setup onto this one. You want to hit no thanks, and then next. And then now it says type in an email address. Now, there are two email addresses that are a possible login for you. I don't have information on who has what email login, but there's cpgpeets@gmail.com or there's peetscpg@gmail.com. They both have the same password, peetsdsd1975. I would try this one first with this password. If that doesn't work, then try this one with this same password. So we're going to try and do it with the CPG Peets, cpgpeets@gmail.com. And you want to hit the next button. And it's going to ask for a password. I'm going to capital P, lowercase EETS, 1975. Next. Wrong password. Let's just make sure I got that right. It's Peets DSD 1975. I typed the wrong password. That's the password. So we're going to hit next. And that says, yep, you're logging in, peetscpg@gmail. Accept. Before I hit accept, I'm going to remind you, you may have had to use this other login instead of this one. If that had not worked, it would have prompted you and said that's not the correct login, at which point you would try this email and that password. So I'm going to hit accept. Checking info. Do you want all these services to be turned on? Yes, just leave everything as is. You can turn on or off these services as the warning. You want to hit next. Just a sec, it's thinking. cpgpeets@gmail is ready. Yes, there's a period in it. That's fine. It's the same email. If you use another Gmail account, you can add it now, another email address. Let's do not now. You can always come back and add it later. If you are an ID and you had your own personal Gmail account on there, you can set it up now or you can set it up later in the settings and accounts place. I'm going to hit not now for now. Protect your phone, prevent others from using it. Add a PIN. You want to leave this checked. Hit next. You want to select PIN as the option, and you want to just leave it set to the default encryption at no thanks. Hit next, and when you choose your PIN, please make sure you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is what we gave you during training. If you set it to anything other than this, we will not be able to support you if you ever get locked out of your device. That's not good. We need to have you set to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then hit this button to accept. Confirm that PIN, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Accept. Notifications. This is up to you. Do you want the notification content to show on the lock screen? I usually just set it to show all notification content, but if you feel that you have sensitive information, you can set one of these other ones and then hit next. It says account is added. Ready for use. You can add or remove accounts later in the settings. I'm going to hit next. And it says restore the apps and data from one of these devices. Now, because we all share a login on these Zebra devices, you're going to see multiple devices on here. There is no way to know which one is the backup of your specific device, but since everyone uses the same catalog of apps, we're just going to use the top one and hope that most of the apps we need are there, and if anything needs to be added, we can go and add that later. So we're going to hit the top one, and it says it has 36 apps. Do you want to bring them all back? Yes. We're going to hit restore, and it now says it's restoring. These devices are going to take a while to download all of the apps. It may take a couple of hours, depending on your connection. If you connected to a Wi-Fi signal in your home, it may go faster or slower, depending on how fast your connection is. For the moment, it's going to use your cellular data, so I would make sure you're in an area with good reception. This last step of the setup process may take quite a while because it's trying to download all of your apps. Eventually, you will see it come onto the home screen. I'm not sure if we'll have time for that in this video, but when you're on the home screen, that doesn't mean that your device is ready to go entirely. It's probably going to still be downloading those apps in the background. So you probably just want to leave your device for a couple of hours, come back and see if it's ready. But make sure that you get to this screen, and if you get to the home screen, like I said, just leave it on power, come back in a little bit. As for getting back into OTS, unfortunately, because your device was reset midday, if you have serviced any accounts today, you have lost the data from those accounts, any invoices, any DEX transactions, any route-to-route transfers. So please make sure you have paper copies of everything that we can then submit to route accounting for manual invoicing. And you're going to need to keep copies of all of those documents. I'll get back to this screen in a second. Keep copies of all those documents, and then you'll need to email them into route accounting. I haven't written that down, but it's route, R-O-U-T-E, accounting at peets.com. You'll need to email them in and say they are manual invoice requests. We need to make sure those get recorded. There is no way to retrieve them from your OTS app data. So if you didn't work today and you didn't have any stops that you visited, or if you did work today, the data is wiped from today's data. It's going to pick up in OTS from your last successful TCOM. So if you TCOM'd last night after you finished running your route, when we pull OTS back online, it will restore that data. It will never have today's data back again, unfortunately. So as you can see here, we're now in the welcome screen on the home. Just say got it when the welcome comes up. Notice we're back on the home screen here. Tap on the app button right here at the bottom, the white circle with the 6 dots in it. Let's see if excuse me, I did not mean to hit that. There. Let's see if the app gallery, it's asking us for a login. What we want is an app called Agent. It's actually AirWatch, and I believe it's this app, but it's asking for a login right now. We will get you this information. If you get to this screen, let your district manager know, and we will help you with the next steps. It's just most important that you get logged back into the device, and then we'll send you another video or more instructions for what to do next. Do notice that the device is still working in the background. I'm going to pull down the notifications here. You can see it is running unless Google won't run unless you update Google Play services. But see, it's completing the app setup. It's only installed 3 of the 35 apps that it said it was going to install. So this is going to keep running in the background. That's why I was saying you should probably leave your device for a while all those apps re-download. It may be that after a while that app that we were looking for, actually this is it right here, AirWatch, it's going to ask us to log back in. Let's give it a moment to think. It's going to ask us to log back in, and there's a couple different login options. and we're going to want to choose the one that requests a QR code, and we'll need to email that to you. You will have to scan it from another device using the scanner that's built in here. Or actually, no, you use the camera to scan it. A QR code is just a square barcode that you can use your camera to scan, and it's what's going to allow you to set up AirWatch. So that's not working. I'm going to quit the app real quick and close the other apps. I'm going to open it again. It's this one up here. And see if it asks for the login. It's not asking us to log in. So again, I think it's because it's still thinking. It's got to wait till it's fully installed all these apps. I would say for now, let's just let that keep going. And like I said, I'll send you another video or more instructions for how to get OTS back on the device and Kronos and your other apps. None of your data in those apps should be missing unless you were in the middle of your day on something. But you will probably need to log back into each of those apps. Thank you so much for your attention. We'll get back to you real soon.